We'll take on the handcuffs. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't have a statement. I don't want to be detained in these handcuffs like this. I'm properly if I haven't committed a crime today.
Okay. All right. Give us a second, okay?
I'm hoping in your future that once you're done with your federal prison time, that you can be really successful on federal probation and have a really bright future where you can reach your full potential in every aspect of your life. Best of luck to you, Mr. Ball.
Rappers have been reacting to YoungBoy's troubling jail situation, and his lawyers have found a way to use their support to his advantage for a possible release. Looking back at the day he was sentenced, the courtroom saw an unexpected disruption. When a fan hacked into the court's sound system shouting, "Free YoungBoy!"
Free Whopping.
Everyone needs to stay muted. Okay?
Free Whopping.
Mr. Galden's case has already been called. He's done with court today. For those of you interested, everyone keep yourselves muted.
Free Whopping. Free Whopping.
As the fan's voice echoed through the courtroom shouting support for YoungBoy, he entered smiling and laughing, seemingly encouraged by the unexpected show of loyalty. With the atmosphere still buzzing, his official sentencing began. The judge started by summarizing the case, stating that on March 10, 2021, YoungBoy was charged with 1 count of firearm possession as a convicted felon and 1 count of possession of an unregistered firearm. The incident occurred while YoungBoy and his crew were filming a music video in a neighborhood. They were blasting music, dancing on car hoods, and making their presence known. However, a concerned resident down the street took notice of the scene and called 911, reporting that several men were waving firearms in the air. When police arrived, they quickly recognized YoungBoy and arrested him on the spot.
Yesterday at court, the body cam footage of the officer who put the cuffs on YoungBoy back in September during that music video, that was shown. And it was very interesting because the cop comes right up to him, whatever, he puts the cuffs on him. And then YoungBoy's reaction is kind of hilarious. I thought it might be interesting for y'all. He was like, yo, big dog, man, what you doing, man? Why you putting these cuffs on me? That's what he was calling the cop. He was calling the cop big dog. He's like, big dog, up right now. I didn't do nothing. You can search me. I got nothing on me. Cop doesn't listen. Cop puts him in and the whole time YoungBoy's like, yo, man, what you doing, man? Big dog. And it really goes to show you a lot about this case. YoungBoy didn't think he did anything wrong. He didn't think that they were going to go and start taking footage from music videos and said, you held the music video and you're a felon and that's a federal felony and you're going to face 3 to 5 years. No, and it really shows you that these federal laws, as applied to kids like NBA YoungBoy from the hood, are extremely unfair and extremely punitive, and we need to take a good, long look on what's going on there.
As YoungBoy was being arrested, his cameraman scrambled to delete any footage of him holding a firearm, knowing that, as a convicted felon, he was not allowed to possess one. Unfortunately, before he could finish wiping the evidence, police seized the camera, securing clear footage of YoungBoy brandishing firearms. In court, YoungBoy's defense team argued that the footage was obtained illegally since the camera was taken without a warrant. However, their argument didn't hold up. It was later announced that YoungBoy had lost his appeal with the feds, meaning prosecutors could now use the incriminating footage against him in their case.
On NBA YoungBoy who lost the appeal with the federal appeals court, he can take it up to the Supreme Court. What happened? So, the federal judge, the lower court, ruled in his favor. She said that the video of him holding what looks like to be is suppressed. Can't be used at trial against him. The way you guys obtained it, you violated his constitutional rights. Now, the government went to the Fifth Circuit, United States Court of Appeals. The Fifth Circuit said, you know what? We have a different decision. We're going to say that the government can use that evidence. It is going to be allowed in the case. Now, YoungBoy's got a couple of options. One, he can appeal to the Supreme Court. I fully expect they will appeal to the Supreme Court. Two, you got to go to the government and say, look, this guy was locked up for a long amount of time. I think he was locked up for almost a year. He's been on house arrest for almost a year. How much time do you want him to serve and think about doing a plea bargain? Ultimately, you can also take this case to trial and try to beat the feds and go 2-0 against them, who's previously beaten the federal.
Back on the day of his sentencing, emotions ran high as everyone in the courtroom broke down in tears for YoungBoy. Before delivering the final verdict, the judge took a moment to share an inspiring message with him. According to court reporters, the judge spoke about how YoungBoy's talent and potential had been stolen by his struggles with addiction. He expressed hope for YoungBoy's future, wishing him the best of luck once he's released from prison.
Mr. Golden, I've seen so many times that good men and women who have a lot of talent and potential, but they can be robbed of that potential when they start to really struggle with their. So I don't want that for you. You seem like a very talented young man. I'm hoping in your future that once you're done with your federal prison time, that you can be really successful on federal probation and have a really bright future where you can reach your full potential in every aspect of your life. Best of luck to you, Mr. Gall.
Thank you, Your Honor.
That's all I have.
Okay, excuse me.
You may.
Thank you. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you all.
YoungBoy walked into court that day knowing there was no way out. He accepted a plea deal that sentenced him to 23 months in prison, 5 years of probation, and a $200,000 fine. However, there was a silver lining. His lawyer later provided an update on the case, stating, "I wrapped up YoungBoy's case." He got 23 months, but because of how we worked it with time served on another case in Louisiana, he should be out in 3 or 4 months. This was great news for YoungBoy, but it was only one of the legal battles he had faced. A couple of years prior, he skipped a court appearance for another case, making him a wanted man. The FBI eventually staked out his Louisiana mansion, waiting for the perfect moment. When YoungBoy was seen opening his gate and driving out, agents followed him with sirens blaring, but he refused to stop. What started as a routine arrest quickly escalated into a high-speed chase. YoungBoy sped onto the highway, ignoring police orders to pull over. After a few minutes, he finally did, but only as a trick. As soon as the feds pulled up behind him and stepped out, he floored it, weaving through traffic before exiting onto regular streets. Gaining distance, he abandoned the car and took off on foot. The decision to run turned out to be a bad one, considering his outfit, designer shoes, skinny jeans, a jacket, and heavy chains, not exactly ideal for a getaway. As the chase continued, YoungBoy cut through a fan's backyard. The fan, who was home at the time, snapped pictures of YoungBoy sprinting away from a federal agent and posted them online. However, his escape attempt didn't last long. He was soon surrounded, caught, and thrown into the back of a police cruiser.
You know, talk to us.
As soon as we're done with everything, we'll take off the handcuffs. Yeah, but I don't have a statement. I don't want to be detained in these handcuffs like this. I'm probably if I haven't committed a crime today. Okay. All right. Give us a second, okay?
So no one is speaking.
Hey, no one gets
So, you know, any statement, any one of those statements?
Mr. Martinez, I don't want to give a statement. I don't want to be.
These were serious charges against YoungBoy, including speed racing, resisting arrest, and public endangerment offenses that couldn't be taken lightly. However, with millions of dollars at his disposal, YoungBoy hired some of the best lawyers in the game. They worked their magic and secured him a bond, allowing him to be released from jail, with the details soon being shared.
YoungBoy out of California is a $540,000 bond. He put up $500,000 in cash. In addition, he put up as collateral 2 properties worth in excess of $1.5 million, and he has to wear an ankle monitor. However, he's not going to be on house arrest. According to the bond set by the California judge, he simply has to wear the ankle monitor but is otherwise free to travel. This is very big. Why? Given that the California judge found that these circumstances are sufficient for a YoungBoy, why would a Louisiana judge find any differently? The Louisiana judge is looking at the same facts, he's looking at the same charges, and he's making a decision under the exact same federal law. Sure, it's a different court and a different circuit, and the way the laws are applied varies somewhat from state to state. It shouldn't vary a lot. If this California judge said, hey, this much money and these restrictions are good, it would be very, very weird for a Louisiana judge to say, oh no amount of money and no restrictions. That would be very uncommon. I fully expect that the Louisiana judge on Tuesday will release YoungBoy on.
YoungBoy was fortunate to receive such a favorable plea deal, especially considering that prosecutors often use rappers to make public examples. Despite this, his legal troubles only add to the downward spiral he's been on in recent years. Early in his career, he was cool with nearly every rapper and managed to stay somewhat out of trouble. But over time, he began fueling constant beefs and even rapping incriminating lyrics about himself. When YoungBoy was arrested for the high-speed chase, NLE Choppa initially showed support by dropping a song titled Free YoungBoy. However, things took a turn when YoungBoy began dissing fallen rappers in the industry. In 2022, he released Bring the Hook, a track that took shots at O-Block and referenced King Von's passing. This was the breaking point for Choppa, who began to distance himself from YoungBoy. The music industry reacted quickly. DJ Academics tweeted YoungBoy on Demon Time right now, and he dropping another tape. Meanwhile, Lil Reese defended King Von, tweeting, "That ain't no Demon Time, he just rapping like the rest of these rappers." All Rap Choppa sided with Reese, replying, "I stamped that," making it clear he wasn't okay with YoungBoy's disrespect. But YoungBoy, never one to back down, escalated the beef even further by directly targeting Choppa in his lyrics. "I bet your mama will be destroyed when we send you to God. For making statements, choosing sides about my beef with them boys? I could say I saw it, you could say I was your favorite." This back and forth eventually led to Choppa addressing YoungBoy directly on DJ Academic's podcast, adding even more fuel to the fire.
To defend his name, bro, and it be a lot going on within his name about him. When, to me, bro, he a real stand-up dude. And it was just unfortunate how it happened. Like, he came to a person as a man.
Choppa later followed up with an interview on DJ Vlad, where he shared his thoughts on the situation and gave his perspective on the ongoing feud.
You heard that, what you think?
It was funny. I mean, I feel like, it's not serious when it hit the net. It's funny. It's just entertaining.
Yeah.
It was entertaining. Good song. Nice bars.
But this only fueled YoungBoy's ongoing rap war against nearly everyone, including fellow Louisiana native Jada Youngin. Their issues came as a surprise to many, especially since Jay once openly praised YoungBoy and seemed to look up to him.
Me and YoungBoy, soon we will be making music together. I'm a fan of YoungBoy music. Yeah, we gonna collaborate pretty soon. We just and put on for our state, because when we do, I feel like it's gonna be one of the hardest collaborations.
The two previously collaborated on a song titled Up With Me, but their relationship soured shortly after. The tension began when Jada Youngin shared a snippet of an unreleased YoungBoy track on Instagram. YoungBoy quickly responded in the comments, demanding, "Delete this now. I don't know how you even got my song, I don't mess around like that." While it seemed like an honest mistake on Jay's part, he refused to back down, making it clear that he wasn't going to take disrespect from anyone.
I'm a real and I stand on everything, you hear me? Ain't no gonna play with me, ain't gonna disrespect me.
Jada Youngin even took shots at YoungBoy on the track 38K, rapping, "You put that comment on my post, they laughed about that, but I was laughing when your baby mama was on me with photos leaking." The lyrics hinted at Jay linking up with one of YoungBoy's baby mamas, which only escalated the tension. That crossed a line for YoungBoy, who nearly caught Jay lacking in the streets shortly after. YoungBoy then posted a video saying,